Welcome back, guys. So we're straight into the Outer Worlds again, part 2 this time, and I'm enjoying this. It's pretty cool. So we started off, we've been rescued by Phineas. We were on a ship as one of the colonists of hundreds of thousands apparently, heading to this planet to become an employee because everything seems to be run by corporations now. Yes, I suppose it could be like what Amazon and Tesla could do to the future if we're not careful. So we're off the ship that we were cryostasis, like being held in cryostasis on, the Hope. And it looks like Phineas, who rescued us, his aim is to free the rest of the colonists that have just been left there for 70 years because it would have affected the corporation's bottom line. There's obviously something more going on here, because why was the ship abandoned in the first place? So, let's crack on. We've got to get our ship, the Unreliable, that we have now commandeered as Alex Hawthorne, off this planet. But we need some parts to do it. So let's go. We have a look round.
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Okay, cool. So we've got a workbench very similar to what we had or have had in the past. Oh, hello, weapon.
I suppose everything on the Unreliable belongs to you now, Captain. Help yourself. No, really.
All right, sarcastic bitch. Love it. Let's have a look at this workbench. So it allows you to repair, upgrade, and modify your weapons and armor. So we've got to repair them as well. Oh, and modify them if we want. Okay. I don't think we can modify them yet. It looks like all the mods are 0 and grayed out. You can break them down. What needs repairing? Oh, I see. Condition 91.4%, condition 5%. So this definitely needs weapons parts to repair. So how do I get weapons parts? Breakdown. There we go. It gives us weapons parts. Right, so we've got 3 of these sabers. We don't need 3. And what's actually the better DPS? Well, they're both the same. Oh, but the damage on that one, much better. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this. We're not going to break you 2 down. We're going to repair this because it needs it more than the other. Do we have enough to repair this? Yes, we may as well because it's currently our only other weapon. Nice. Okay. Oh, and I now have worked out why I couldn't weapons wheel through my weapons on my mouse like I was trying to figure out in the last video. Because you need to actually put them in the slots. It doesn't do it automatically for you. Which it didn't show in the tutorial, which was a little bit annoying. So let's put our shotgun there. And so we're okay. We don't have any armor anyway. Got a little bit of ammo. So all good. I suppose nothing left to do but to go. I kind of wanted to have a look. Can we climb these ladders? That's weird. That was a weird way to climb.
The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed.
Alright, I was just having a look. See if there's anything nice. Oh, it feels like I'm like hovering over it and not climbing it.
These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them.
In other words, you're being watched.
These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me.
That's sweet. So in other words, we could have a crew.
Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown.
Right, so I think basically she's saying, get out the ship and go and make yourself useful. Fine. Right. Apologies for my voice every so often and me clearing my throat. I still am recovering from a horrible cold and a little bit of a chest infection. So, not COVID. I've done my lateral flows. They're all negative. Not everything is that, but everyone thinks it is. When you cough, everyone looks at you like, just the plague.
Where'd you come from?
What? Sorry, how rude.
Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices.
Oh, good God. They've all been brainwashed. Right, I'm not giving him my name. Let's go with this. Because I don't know, using these is kind of gives you XP as well.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
In humor. Fancy title for a gravedigger. Let's get straight to the point.
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road.
I love the artwork for this. It's like very Art Deco. 600 XP just for finding Edgewater. Nice. Wow. Okay. Let's look up, because down is not so nice. Right. Cannery. Here we are. I shot this down. Don't want to see me doing a thievery. Ooh, hello. Right. God, I'm getting Dishonored vibes. Put it away. You don't need it. Ooh, that was quick.
Please hold him. I need to explain this. The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Okay. Let's see what they were talking about.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
Let's go with this one. I don't want to tell anyone who I am.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Okay, well, let's get straight to the point.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Hang on, what? Frying myself?
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the Botanical District over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Have their power. Mostly abandoned.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think these people take kindly to losing their power.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
All right, creepy. Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
Yeah, let's go with this one.
Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Christ. Well, I'm not going to waste a question on that because I'm sure it'll become apparent who Adelaide is. Let's go with this.
Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson.
Oh, bless her.
Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Okay. Oh. You've gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. They provide combat support, skills, enhance your skills, increase carrying capacity. I love that. Okay. Combat abilities. Okay. Okay. Some people may require completing another quest before they will assist you. Interesting. Pavati can join the party. Come on, Pavati. Let's go, honey. You might not want to stand there. Okay, up to you. Lucky. You're not looking at me. Did you fart in the elevator? Bet you did.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. You got a minute?
Thought bubbles above their head. Try talking to them. Oh, she's got a little health bar. Sweet.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters. On account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Okay. Figures. Didn't exactly strike me as the most honest soul.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Okay. I can't blame anyone for wanting to leave. How well do you know the deserters? Do you know Adelaide? Let's do this one.
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Oh, okay. Come on in, honey. How cool everything looks, though. It's a riot of colour. Okay, so if we can avoid getting attacked, I do want to avoid it. Till at least I get some better gear. So we're just going to sneak past as best we can.
Huh? Huh? Gonna find
I'm ready for this.
Come on, get off the crouch. Bloody hell. Oh. He was dead. He was crouched. I was like, I was lucky. Right, it's just a lot of moving about you gotta do. Let's pick this one, see what I can get. Trespassing, lockpicking, hacking, and murder are all considered illegal activities. Avoid being seen. Well, we know that.
Easy.
I mean, does it count if you do that to a bunch of marauders? I don't think it does. Here we are. Jesus. Maybe jump. Oh, Grace is handy with the old rifle, I see. Hello, Grace.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
Nice to meet you too. What's your problem? I'm looking for Adelaide.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
I don't want to talk about Reed.
A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide.
Just
If
did.
you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
Adelaide.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
Really? I thought the sky was prettier than this.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your
Poultice.
troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Yes, why are you using a poultice when you are based in the future? You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
That's the
Excuse
nicest
me,
one.
Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Gross. Reed sent me to make peace with you. Let's hit, just go straight for it.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile?
Yes.
Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
You're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery. That's about it. He's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
This is serious. I'm about to cut off your power. Let's go here.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I need it to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Okay. But, okay, so is that just the cannery? Or is that the life support of the town? Because what he's asking us to do is remove the life support of these outcasts. What she's asking us to do is remove it from a factory. Yeah, let's see.
A hero to the people who matter. To us. To the ones who come around. To the ones you save.
To the
Reed
people
will
who
never
matter.
understand.
Don't like that.
He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits.
I didn't like her tone there. To the people who matter. Well, there's innocence on either side of that. Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Back down, love. Yeah, I don't much like you throwing that in her face to get me on your side.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
Yes, it was. Good. It's not real, Liz.
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
I know, it does seem shit, doesn't it?
So, what do you say? Divert power over to us. Shut down that abominable cannery for good.
Yeah, let's go with I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Oh look, even in the future they use post-it notes. I think, guys, I'm going to leave that one there. I'm going to try and do this into 2 parts. I don't want you to miss out on any of the story, but equally I don't want it to be super slow. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I will put up part 3 along with part 2 at the same time. And so you'll be able to see, hopefully, a bit more action in the next video. Stay safe, stay amazing, and I'll see you in part 3.